Namaskar friends, this is NJ, your host on this channel. So guys, continuing our discussion on understanding the mass consciousness or the sentiments of the people living in a country, or this could be the economy, this could be the weather, this could be the kind of competitive edge or leverage any country based on their geographical location is going to be holding. So in that same series, in this video we will be having our discussion on the governing planets of Canada. And just because guys, Canada has not been embroiled into any major escalation or conflict in the past couple of decades, but yes, ever since Donald Trump has presided over for his second tenure as president of United States, and initially when he asked and he said that Canada could be the 51st state, he addressed Justin Trudeau as the governor. So initially people were like speculating that this could be just a joke, but when Donald Trump actually started tweeting about it, and very prominent politicians even in Canada like Doug Ford and all, they also started flaunting this hat that Canada is not for sale. Even Justin Trudeau has to tweet about it. So it actually became a epicenter of the discussion. So guys, in this video, politics, economics and all, that is not what my forte is. My forte is planets and astrology. So we will try to understand in this very small video that what could be the fate of the country. Like, is it something which was already fated, or it happened just out of nowhere, or like does Canada actually have to be fearful about these kind of claims made by Donald Trump which can actually come out to be true? So all of that astrologically we will try to discuss in this video. And guys, two things which I want to make it clear. The very first thing is that all the facts and the stats which I will be presenting in this video, especially when it comes down to from the Canada's point of view, all of that I have taken from the ChatGPT. When it comes down to the astrological chart of the country Canada, so that has been taken from a very renowned senior astrologer from the legacy of the Bharatiya Vidya Bhavan, which is also associated with the Shri K.N. Rao sir as well. And even in this geopolitical astrological discussion, all of those charts which I have shared, it has been taken out from that work only. So that is what the source is. So okay guys, now we will start our discussion. So guys, just because like when I was talking about from the point of view of the countries like Syria, or this could be Iran. So over there, just because they are already amidst all of that conflict, so in order for me to even start talking about from the point of view of the astrology, I needed to give some background of that. In case of Canada, there is not much to say about it, because by the blessing of the God, Canada has not been embroiled into any of the direct conflict in the past couple of decades. So we will just briefly look at about the history of Canada, and then straight away we will dive into this burning question that could Canada be the 51st state. So the brief history of Canada: indigenous people and the pre-colonial era remained there in the pre-15th century, when long before the European arrival, Canada was home to the diverse indigenous people, including First Nations. Now the European exploration and the colonization kept on happening on 15th and 17th century. The French and the British rivalry also affected things over here in the 17th and the 18th century. And finally, the road to confederation happened in the 19th century, when in the 1800s British North America consisted of several separate colonies. Economic needs, fear of American expansion, and a desire for political stability led to discussion of unification. And on July 1st, 1867, the British North America Act created the Dominion of Canada, uniting Ontario, Quebec, New Brunswick and Nova Scotia. So this act actually granted Canada self-government while remaining part of the British Empire. And guys, the expansion over the next few decades, other regions also joined Canada, like Manitoba on 1870, British Columbia 1871, Prince Edward Island 1873, Alberta and Saskatchewan 1905, and Newfoundland and Labrador 1949. So even at the time of the World Wars, like Canada played a significant role in both the world wars. During World War One, Canadian forces gained recognition for their bravery, fostering a strong sense of national identity. Even in the World War II, they further cemented Canada's global position. Now, guys, when we talk about the key historic milestone, so 1497, John Cabot's exploration, 1608, founding of Quebec by Samuel de Champlain, 1763, Britain gains control of Canada. 1867, Confederation, Canada becomes a self-governing dominion. 1931, of Westminster, legislative independence from Britain, and 1982 Canada Act, full legal sovereignty. So that is some of the background which is important for the audience to know about it. Beyond any doubt, guys, even I am living Canada. I moved here as a PR. Now I have also got my citizenship. Canada is the best country to live in. People here like very loving, very friendly, very accommodating, and this is a land of opportunities. So now, guys, now comes the question about the chart, the astrological chart. So guys, the chart which you are seeing in your screen, now this is the chart which has been calculated. And one more thing, guys, all of that incident which is happening now in 2025. So let me be very clear with you. These all are the charts of all the countries which I have presented in this series. They have been calculated in 90s. So those were the time when no one knew this thing, that after when China will sign the WTO and how much their growth is going to be, magnanimous China's growth is going to be, and how all the countries like the fate of the Iran, the fate of the Syria, which I actually explained in the last video, all of that actually somehow can be justified. Same is the case this chart of the country Canada. So now, guys, if you have to take July 1st 1867 as the birth of the independent consolidated Canada, so based on that, right at that time, when the chart got calculated, it happened to be the like Pisces rising. Now, guys, even for any country's chart, we know this thing that just from looking at the rising sign, we get to know about the collective emotion, personality of the people. Now, when we talk about the Pisces energy, it has got more to do with the compassion, empathy. It has to do with like a lot of the water bodies. It has to do with being, we say this thing that being very easygoing can be attached with the collective emotion, sentiment or impression of the country or the people living over there. Now, guys, but the alarming question comes if you will look at the ascendant lord, that becomes the planet Jupiter. It has gone to the 12th house and it is conjunct with Ketu. Now, this is where the problem lies, because if Ketu is going to be there, see again, guys, look at it in this way. If the sign ascendant lord in itself has gone to the 12th house, it's about there would be those times when the transiting planets and the dasha will activate of that country. Your identity in itself might be in the crisis, and just because it is Ketu. So this is something which is going to be fated, where you will not have much say to do that. Because, guys, these days what is happening that just because now even the Canadian flags, their sale has increased, just in order to safeguard their interest and show the solidarity with their Canadian roots and all. But if something which is there as a part of the fate of the country, then what could you do about that? And again, guys, you do not have to be very expert. Like if you are very loyal to your country and that is what brought you to this video, the thumbnail and the title, you do not know much about the astrology, all what you have to do is that just type Ketu, Ketu in the Google and know about the traits of that planet. So you will get to know that yes, something which is fated, something which can completely take things away from you, and all of that is getting more solid and verified because it is happening in the 12th house, Ketu Jupiter being conjunct over there. Now, guys, the minute you will reach the 3rd house, over there you will find that Venus is very well placed. Now we know this thing that 3rd house also tells about your relations with the neighbors, and Canada is like such a loving country. They actually share good relationship, good rapport with their neighbors. And also because 3rd house in a country's chart also tells about the mental attitude of the countrymen as well. And Canadians are actually known to be very, very friendly. So that you can get to know from the state of the 3rd house. Now again, guys, now comes the alarming house. Now if you will look at the moon and the sun. So the day on which this whole like signing up happened, Canada got their own like unique identity on this day, like on July 1st, 1867, but it was a new moon on that day. Now fourth house, guys, also tells about the land as well. Fourth house also tells about the secrets as well. Now just because, guys, I will prove it to you, because the kind of the planetary dasha which this country like Canada is going through, it is in the Saturn Dasha, and the day when the Saturn Dasha started happening, and there have been those news coming in, it was there in 2022, 2023, about the how thousands of indigenous children vanished in Canada, the residential school grave site. Now if you will look at the fourth house, you will see this kind of new moon kind of combination that in itself is justifying that, proving that. And now again, guys, comes the question that why now? Because whatever is happening, whenever a person goes to an astrologer, what is more interested knowing is about why, about the timing. It's just because the dasha which the country started, which I will very soon share with you, that might be the reason that it brought everything out there on the surface. Now guys, if you will look at the fifth house, over there Mercury is placed over there. Mercury is there in the Cancer. So Mercury in the Cancer is not considered as a very good placement. Like it generally tells about that even in terms of the trade and the trade surplus and all, this is not considered as a very good placement. And guys, if you will look at the sixth house, now in the sixth house you will find that Mars is conjunct with the Rahu. Now guys, in this case, as per the planets and the chart, the moon was there in the Ardra Nakshatra. The Ardra Lord becomes the Rahu, and Rahu and Mars are being placed there in the sixth house. Now guys, you'll be surprised, like I will share you about the features of the sixth house in any of the mundane astrology calculation. Sixth house is the house of the armed forces, about the territorial attacks, war, labor classes, labor union, strikes, clash, doctors, nurses, disease in general, place where records are kept, bookkeepers and all the servants and underprivileged. So all of that has been seen with the sixth house. Now beyond any doubt, Canada hold this kind of a leverage it has over other even advanced countries about their health facility and all. But again, at the same time, the issue of the homelessness and issue of not being able to get a family doctor on time and the drug overdose has also been on the rise as well. So in the sixth house, in a way, guys, the country's defense capabilities are just over there. Now, and over here, like whatever kind of development is happening, you can also look at it that yes, Mars and Rahu, the sixth house is kind of overly stimulated. It's overly agitated. So that's what I'm trying to tell you about it. Now guys, if you will look at the eighth house, in the eighth house, Saturn is exalted. Now Saturn exalted is a good sign, because all those kind of countries over where they have rich natural resources, like this could be iron, oil, steel, all these kind of things, all those things, all the rare metals, minerals which comes from under the earth are seen from the eighth house. So Saturn's placement over there can be again seen as a good sign. But again, guys, if you will give attention to like separative planets like Saturn and Ketu being so strong in the 12th house, in the 8th house, it's not a very supportive, it's not a very good energy. And lastly, guys, everything comes down to the timing. Like the way I've been saying this thing, that what everyone was expecting it to be just a joke from Donald Trump, which actually got magnified into such an extent that even the very prestigious politicians in Canada, they have to flaunt it. They have to give a very clear message that Canada is not for sale. So all that could be attached with the country's dasha as well. So now Canada has started the Saturn Mahadasha. It started in 17th of April 2021, and it is going to be there till 17th of April of 2040. So these 19 years. And again, guys, amidst this whole 19-year long dasha or planetary time period of the planet Saturn, the most vulnerable is going to be the Ketu Antardasha, and which is not that far. So Ketu Antardasha in Canada's chart is going to be from 31st December of 2026, almost like 2027 only, until 8th Feb 2028. So in a way, the whole 2027 and the 2 months of 2028, in a way the whole year of 2027 is going to be highly vulnerable for Canada. And again guys, you do not have to be very astute astrologer to understand this thing. Country is in the Saturn dasha. When this whole alarming thing happened, Saturn in the transit was also there in the Aquarius, like it is there right now in the Aquarius in country's 12th house. So in a way it started that process. So yes guys, just because if that has to happen, there has to be some kind of eligibility or alignments in your chart, in the country's fate, in country's destiny. So if a country is being governed by the planetary alignments where the ascendant lord has gone to the 12th house, house of losses, losing your identity, it is conjunct with Ketu, which can completely remove things. 8th house is very strong, and also the whole alignment happened at the time of the new moon, that too in the Rahu moon. Again guys, like Adra Nakshatra. And even if you will look at the D9 chart of that time, so even in the D9 chart guys, Aquarius is rising, that again the Bhagya of that country is again the 12th house energy. From the ascendant chart, it's the 12th house energy, and where the in the D9 chart, the Kumbh sign lord has gone again to the 4th house, conjunct with Ketu and Saturn conjunct over there. So yes guys, this is something which I wanted to say. Again, this whole video is coming from a place of my love for Canada. It was my one of the life's best decision to move to this country, but whatever is happening, it might be ordained in the country's fate only. So yes guys, for further more updates and notification on the divine science of Vedic astrology, please subscribe to my YouTube channel and follow me on my Instagram account. Dhanyavad.